All right, how you doing? We're just continuing on to just talk about and bring to the forefront a particular case that stemmed from employment that really needs to be discussed at this point. And because an entity, um, which is an employer, was named respondent in the EEOC um, charge and alternate employment claims. It has an attorney that works for Littner Mendelson LLC named Alex Frondor that went to the court in Columbus, Ohio, Franklin County Court of Common Pleas, case number 22CV007866, and filed and issue a matter in the court, which is public. It's a public forum. It is now the People's Court. And everybody that works there actually represents the citizens and the people. Yeah. And so they have a right now, since Aetna Resources attorney, CBSF attorney, Alex Frondor of Littner Mendelson PC decided to go and file a claim in the court, and he opened this up to public. All right. And so everything that is revolving around the case now can be known of the public because of what he did. And in order for you to understand what's going on in the court and what you're actually paying for, if you're a taxpayer, you have to know everything. All right. Yeah, so this case, you're a taxpayer, you're paying for this case. All right. You might want to outreach Franklin County clerk of courts and ask them how much is this case going to cost and how much of your tax dollars are being attributed to this particular case, because Alex Frondorf ran down there and filed it back in November, like November 19th of 2022. And the judges that also are representative of the people and of the court, yeah, they're public elected officials. They represent the people and the Constitution, and those types of things. To uphold the law and what they're supposed to do, right? But you might want to question the Franklin County clerk of courts to find out what's going on with this case, because it's been there ever since November 2022, and no one's made any decision or ruling on any motion whatsoever or pleading in the case. And it's now August 30th, 2023. And actually, this is a disguised interpleader. It's not a real interpleader at all. It's fake, it's bogus, it's frivolous. And everybody knows it. Even the court does. The representatives of the court know this. Yeah, but they're allowing it to continue to stay there. There's actually felony theft involved here. There's an amount of $15,028. That makes it felony theft. That's been stolen from an individual. That's their property, that's their money, but that's been stolen. Okay. But anyways, there's an EEOC associated with that case as well. We want to make sure you have all the information so you know what's linked and how it can all come together and make perfect sense if a picture is painted for you. Okay. There's alternate videos on here that you can go back to and review and, kind of get the background. We don't have to keep rehashing it over and over, like how we've been doing in these videos, okay? In a prior video, we discussed how there was an initial EEOC charge, and that was 532-202-202-705. That settled in mediation. Well, some things happened during that mediation. We got some dishonest attorneys, like Richard Diageo. He's playing both sides of the fence between the charging party and their old attorneys, who the charging party is claiming never did shit, which they didn't, but sent a demand for settlement letter over to Richard Diageo at Mendelson, and that's it. And they're claiming somebody needs to pay them $15,028 for that. And they're trying to mask and play as if they have all this actual work that they did, and they haven't done shit. They haven't done any truth seeking. They haven't done any evidentiary work. They haven't done depositions. They haven't filed any motions. They haven't ripped and run back for no courthouse. They haven't made no copies. They haven't used any postage. They haven't got on the phone and talked to nobody. They ain't done jack smack. What happened to my thing here? Let's see, new. Why did that go away? No, don't do that. Okay. let's not do that. Let's stop the share. Let's go back. What's it trying to do? Trying to be funny. Don't be funny, computer. No. All right, we back? Okay. Let's put that back. I'll give you some time to read over this. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyhow, I got off track. Anyhow, basically, you know, Richard Diageo went over there to Spitz law firm. He was giving them $15,000. He had a signed agreement and all that, asked for the W-9. But then he actually voided out the damn agreement because him and the EEOC mediator have been accused of trying to trick and deceive and coerce somebody into signing a damn agreement, okay? And they know there's no lien. Spitz doesn't have a lien, nothing. Spitz doesn't have shit. They didn't do any actual work. Go look at all the cases, okay? Look at the federal case, 2:2202-519 in the U.S. Southern U.S. District Southern Division Ohio Court and see if they found anything, if they did anything. They didn't do shit. Okay, look at that. Okay, look at the OSHA whistleblower. Call OSHA and ask them. I mean, did they file any charges? Did they do anything? Did they talk to anybody? Did they represent the client when the investigation was going on with that? No, they did not. Okay. Did they request anything from the actual employer, the personnel files, the pay stubs, anything like that? Lock down the equipment or anything like that because it's a home insurance company and shit is encrypted and all this. Did they do that? No, they did not. Okay. Did they waste any gas going up and down the roads, going to courthouses and all this type of shit? No, they did not. Did they subpoena anybody? No, they did not. Did they do deposition? No, they did not. Did they participate in discovery and the truth seeking process? No, they did not. Did they do any fucking thing? No, they did not. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Okay, into that. Okay, so why are you trying to fake and play and shit like that? Okay, how many other people have they done this shit to? A true investigation needs to be done. This is not, I'm not really playing around, honestly. Okay. They're fucking with my livelihood. I'm about to be on the street with my fucking damn grandbaby. I don't have time to play. I'll put all the shit on here and I mean it. All right, so here, anyways, after they sit up here breaching the whole MSA agreement at 532-202-202705, and doing it to cover up Richard Diageo's unethical acts and shit like that. I've already told another video. You can go back and look at it. Sitting up there lying and Spitz not going back and telling them that he voided the contract out. He took out the language that paid them anything, and he did it on purpose. And all the money, every single dime that's owed to the EEOC charging party, the victim is supposed to be paid in full in one lump sum total and directly. And everybody knows it. Okay. He didn't go back and tell them that. So then when they call him on the carpet of the bullshit, when they call him playing both sides of the fence, then he wants to figure out a way that he can devise a plan to make up some bullshit lie and put it in the court, mask it as an interpreter, but it's actually a half truth, okay, which is a lie. It's a spun narrative to meet his own agenda. He left out very key factors and points and pertinent information. In fact, okay, it's actually theft. So they seized the property, $15,028. You had to get somebody's permission to have any bit of their money. You can't just go in somebody's purse and take $5 out. You got to ask them, can I borrow $5? Can I get $5 or whatever? Can I have it? Whatever. They have to say yes or no. You have to say yes, cool, you're fine. All right, that's express, or it has to be expressed or implied consent, or it's theft. All right. If they say no, you cannot. All right, then that's it. If they say no, you cannot, and you take it anyway, that's theft. Depending on how much you took, it's going to determine what crime you committed. All right. So if you only took $5, okay, that's theft, petty theft, or whatever. You set up here and you take 15,028. That's a felony. It's in the 5th degree. All right, so they need to be in jail, but this is being covered up. That's why we're going to keep on talking about it. Because where's my $15,028? Richard Diageo outreached and asked if he could have consent because he knows that's the legal approach. He was told no. He took it anyway. He said, damn, how can I take it any fucking way? How can I steal this shit any fucking way and get away with it? Oh, okay, I know. I'm a lawyer. I know a loophole. I'm going to make it seem like it's a whole interpleader. I'm going to get into who's with Alex Frondorf, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and steal it, and then we're going to act like we don't know shit about it. We're going to play and joke and all this type of shit. Act like, oh, Spitz said it's theirs. Oh, we already know they don't have no lien in. We know it's no court order. We know it's no judgment. We know everything like that. We know we took all the language out specifically, paying them, allocating any red cent, 15,000, 1528, or dime, and nickel, food stamp, a cracker, a crumb, a piece of cheese, peanut butter on a motherfucking spoon. Okay, we that's what we did. Okay, we did it on purpose. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a damn about that girl. She ain't nothing but a dumbass nurse, anyways. Sitting up here taking all the bullshit on this job and paying them for nickels and dimes and shit like that. So she's a dumbass. Anyhow, so we just keep on kicking her and beating her up and beating her in her head and shit like that, punching her in the chest and making her PTSD or it's making her more depressed, making her where she can't have no money to pay for rent or buy any kind of food or put gas in her car, pay her insurance or do anything, or buy her grandbaby any type of pampers, or buy her grandbaby a new dress, buy her grandbaby a toy, buy her something for her sensory, buy her a tablet, do anything, take her out to any events to keep her happy. Oh, we don't give a fuck about her. We don't give a fuck about her damn autistic grandbaby either. That's only 4 fucking years old that she can't take care of. She can't speak. She can't fucking talk. She don't know what's going on. Oh, we don't give a fuck. But we are all health. We care about health and we care about mental health and all that shit. Right? Whatever. Okay. They need to be in jail. Who's going to compensate me for my harms? Damn it. Period. Nobody's helping. All these civil rights attorneys out here. Okay. They don't give a damn. I'm a whole Black woman. I'm a nurse. I'm educated, all that. I'm not an attorney. I don't have any money. They stole my livelihood. I don't have shit. And they know it. Okay, but it's allowed. Don't nobody give a fuck about nobody. And ain't nobody Black out here give a fuck about another Black either, obviously. People just be playing the joke and lying. Half the time people be your own people sit back and just look at you and say, oh my God, that's too bad. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, I'm not that way. I'm not that way. And I don't give a fuck really if it's race. It's not really about race, but it's really like when you're really down and out being kicked as a Black person, it's kind of like, where's the Black support for real though? And EEOC, is really supposed to be there for like minorities and shit like that. They're really not. And what's his name? Thomas Cochran. He's a whole Black man and shit like that. Instead of they're writing that bullshit and them letters. And Joyce Beatty, she's a whole Black woman. Like, look at that bullshit. I seen on somebody posted she was hitting somebody, went out shooting, hit a damn officer, was fucking him up. I was like, oh, okay, go ahead then. But Joyce, well, I want you to advocate for me. I'm a whole Black lady over here. I'm a nurse. I ain't never done nothing wrong. Done nothing. Trying to help people. You got the awareness of this. I don't know if she specifically has the awareness of it or not. Her office certainly does. Larry Seward. And they were asked to intervene and they're not. And everybody knows that these people stole my money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I need some Alabamans up here. Is that what they got? Alabamans? I need some folks. I need to throw up the hat. Maybe somebody come rescue me, This is up north, they don't have folks that really defend. I need to move on down south. I'll have some backup down there for sure. Probably. But anyhow, I feel like this. These people that stole my money and beat me down to death. I have nothing then. So what else do I have to lose? I don't have anything to lose. So I'm going to make sure that I bring the awareness so you can be prepared and you can educate yourself on what really does happen behind the scenes when you've been wrong, when you've been harmed, and stuff like that. All right. Anyhow, the EEOC, they know about what's going on. So they get on the phone, they call, they say, hey, you can go ahead and put in another retaliation charge against him. But then, they don't do anything about it. Okay. And it took two tries to have this lady right here, Sabrina Austin, she's a federal investigator, put exactly this in the portal. She said, so I filed the retaliation that they told me to file Dilla Gockow and Anissa Perez of Cleveland Field Office, the director of program analyst. They told me to go in and file a new charge. So I did. The new charge was 473-2023-00771. Went in there, filed it. Then I had to wait for January all the way to June. I talked to this lady, Sabrina Austin. Sabrina Austin, she's just like, yeah, okay, well, my director already told me everything that's going on. I'm already aware and all this, that's everything. And then so she goes to telling what her accounting of what the director told her what happened. And they got it all misconstrued. They got it all fucked up. That's why, people passing shit through the grapevine get it fucked up. By the time you get back to a motherfucker, the story done changed to something totally different. She didn't even have it right. I'm the only one that knows what happened. I'm the source. Okay, but what they do at EEOC, they type in something on your behalf in that charging portal and you're to sign it. I'm not signing that shit. She just left a snippet from what the first charge had in it and wanted me to click on it thinking I wasn't going to read it. They think they're slick. No, this is what I told her I wanted in that damn portal. So I put this in the portal. If you ever dealt with EEOC, you know that you can put whatever they put in there, they send it over to you to review and then you can click it and say that you're signing it. But you also can recommend changes because they'll type something in there for you. I recommended changes. They didn't update it. They didn't do nothing. She sent the shit again with the same shit in there, okay, on purpose because they don't want it documented for public record or any investigation at a higher level to come in and see what really went on. Okay. So I recommended changes again. I put all this in there again. Then I sent her an email and I said, look, please find attached the recommended changes that were not added to what you provided initially. I received another notice of charge prepared and the recommended changes are not included. I resubmitted the changes and have provided them here as well. Then she finally put it in because all these emails and all this shit is public record. Okay, I'm gonna document, I'm gonna put it everywhere. And I'm gonna put it where anybody inquiring can see what y'all are doing. It's not okay. These are very bad people. All right. So this is what was in the portal on the second charge, which is 473-2023-007711, which the EEOC acted like Galgal and Nanisa Corellas didn't actually tell me to go and put that in there. Acting like they was going to do something about this breach MSA, and they're not doing shit. So I said, respondent Aetna Resources has continued to discriminate and retaliate as reflected in the 11/19/2022 Franklin County, Ohio Court of Common Pleas interpleader found 22 CV 007866, in which respondent claims to be a mere insurance company, uncertain of the true beneficiary of the remaining $15,028 owed to charging party. Respondent presented to the court as if it had already paid the obligation to the charging party at the point of filing of the claim, with the exception of $15,028, and that was a lie. Once the court was notified, respondent overnighted 2 checks to the charging party. Right, I got them on November the 22nd, 2022. I got a tracking number. I got it all. The bullet can easily be verified. Okay, respondent has failed to alert the court that it was respondent counsel and EEOC mediator Salvador Lopez that willfully, knowingly, deliberately, and intentionally revised the initial separate agreement and the EEOC MSA agreement to remove and exclude any all specific dollar amounts of charging party equitable property payable to Spitz Law Firm, as charging party notified each in email correspondence that deceit and trickery to sign the initial agreement was present. EEOC mediator and Richard Diageo respondent counsel had full awareness of fee dispute and complaints filed against Spitz Law in the entire circumstance revolving around Spitz Law termination of representation prior to EEOC October 14, 2022 mediation hearing. Each knew the charging party had no intention of having any of the total negotiated settlement amount to be dispersed to Spitz Law Firm. In the attempt to slide agreement, paying Spitz was luckily caught, and the charging party refused and felt deceived. Salvador Lopez, mediator, and Richard Diageo at the Resources LLC both sent email to charging party illustrating each would revise the agreements to remove the previously specific illustration of any amount of money, inclusive of $15,000 or $15,000 or any money at all to Spitz Law Firm. Aetna Resources counsel Richard Diageo stated, quote, I understand your position, end quote, and revised a separate agreement. Salvador Lopez noted he did not try to trick the charging party, and it was a misunderstanding. He too revised the agreement. All of this has already been told to Director Bill Gaka and Anissa Perez during phone calls and follow-up email. Do you see why Sabrina Austin doesn't want this in the actual EEOC portal? Because I'm naming names and I'm putting quotes and all of that type of stuff. And that's what you need to do too out here in the world and the universe. You need to name names, you need to put quotes, you need to document everywhere, you need to put each and everything on public record with all of these different online complaints, the grievances and everything, and detail it, because that's where you will build a database of wrongdoers out here for others to be able to access via public record requests and know that anybody that they're dealing with, they can look them up by their name, look them up by their company name, look them up by their address, look them up by property management, look them up by any type of way by requesting public records and seeing what's really going on. You as the consumer, you as an employee, you as anybody in a position where you've been harmed by another person, need to report it to the Better Business Bureau, put it on Yelp, put it on their page, their personal webpage, go out and make all these social media accounts and start talking about it and bringing the awareness. And that way, you don't go out here and you don't tell anything that's not true. Everything I say is true. Everything is accurate. I can substantiate each and everything. You'll never have anybody come and refute it, but anything that I ever say, anything I place on social media, on a court docket, anywhere in a complaint, at all, point blank period, because I got the documentation, I have the evidence, and that's it. It's undisputable, okay? Point blank period. Okay, I'm not no fucking attorney. I'm not trying to be, bitch. I'm forced into litigating. I'm forced into all this stuff. And it's on purpose, and these are severe harms, and they're doing it on purpose, and nobody's doing anything about it. All right. So who gonna do something out there in the public? Public, you do it. You can share this, you comment, you do whatever, and hopefully it never happens to you. I mean, this is actually again a true public interest in public policy, and you should be aware of it, because if you are an employee, all right, you should be aware this can happen to you. All right. If you are just a party to a court case. Just know this can happen too. It could be some underhanded shit going on. It's people utilizing their power and position and expertise and legalese and stuff like that to twist up words and twist up truth and turn it into half narratives and shit like that, leaving out key factors, pertinent and relevant information that is really can prove the case or something like that. And they're going to do it on purpose to find their own best interest and stick it to you. Yeah, they want to hurt you bad. Severe harms, retaliation. It's on purpose. It's deliberate. Yeah, and just know that a lot of agencies and people out there that say that they will help you, and they keep telling you to tell it and make sure everybody knows that somebody's going to protect you. And don't worry about it. It's whistleblower protections. It's all this out there. No, it's not. It's not. Where's my $15,000? And why are these people? Why is CVS Health able to continue to do this to me? Why is the EEOC not doing anything about it? Why is Aetna able to do this to me? Why is Richard Diageo able to do it? Why is Alex Frenda, Karen Gaster, anybody that has the awareness of this going on is just as of a bad person, all right? And I am literally like worn down behind shit, So at this point, you put my life at risk. You stole my livelihood and all that, but now it's to the point where it's affecting my granddaughter who's autistic. And she's innocent, and I got to take care of her. And now at this point, yeah, all bets is off. So where'd I stop? Right. EEOC noted in the letter that because the 15,028 of the charging party and now misappropriated property was in a court registry and out of the hands of the respondent, it would not intervene and did not perceive the non-compliance with the NSA agreement as a breach. Furthermore, Richard Diageo, attorney and witness of PC for Aetna, CVS company, wrote an email to Spitz law firm Trisha Breedlove alerting that CVS intended to send a check in the amount of $15,028 directly to the charging party, as it's technically a part of the overall EEOC MSA agreement. And I showed you those real emails that actually came from Richard in another video. Y'all can go back and look at them. Might have anybody want them? Look, I got the shit. The money has not been paid to date. It's not in trust. It's not in bond. It's not with the innocent third party. And as noted, EEOC noted it researched it being with the court registry. Yeah, the EEOC didn't research shit. It's not with the court registry. They can't tell you or show you anywhere that it is because it's not. And that's the reason why they're saying it, because it's in the court registry, why they won't intervene and enforce the MSA, but it's not in a court registry, okay? And if it is EEOC, feel free to come on here and say and show and prove, okay? Rebut, refute anything that I'm saying. Thomas Cockrell, you can come on here. You just a little, little man out here who want to be a lawyer so damn bad, sit up here quoting case law and shit that ain't applicable in the instant matter, okay? Stick to the masters of arts. Masters of arts. People go out here and get these fucking masters of just bullshit so they can get positions and roles and shit like that and call themselves some type of director. Anyways, respondent remains in possession of the equitable property belonging to the charging party, and these acts are outrageous and with malicious intent. Respondent Aetna Resources revoked my employment and livelihood by no fault of my own and allowed its 3 employees, you can read them there, to harass, intimidate, discriminate, create a hostile working environment, target and retaliate with lies related to performance and or policy violation. This entity has ruined my life and livelihood on purpose, and EEOC has the awareness and allowed it. My property of $15,028 is not in a court registry or with an innocent party, nor placed in a trust or bond to gain an interest necessitated by the bad faith of this court filing the respondent has initiated. I don't give a fuck about nothing that's on here because everything I say is true and accurate. Basically, what these people have done is stolen everything from me. And then what the court is going to do, like they already have done before, different kind of for the common pleas, is revoke my right to have a voice, to litigate, to say anything, to deprive me of my liberty, my constitutional, civil, and human rights. It happens down there at Franklin County Court of Common Pleas, and that's what they're doing here too. They try to silence me, and they're just going to get away with my money, and I'm going to be severely harmed, and nobody's going to know about it, and that's going to be what it is. I don't have any money. I can't litigate the matter. I don't have any more energy to be filing appeals and doing all this. Nobody's going to take the fucking case and all that. And if somebody takes it, they can't even be trusted to take the fucking case and really, really, work in my best interest. Spitz law firm did not work in my best interest. They did no actual work. Why this is an issue, I really don't know. This is just plain out corruption. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay. So, it's nothing I can do about it. All right. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. All these motherfuckers fucked with me on that damn job. All right. I tried to say, listen, I can't do XYZ. I'm not doing that. My nursing license. People, don't ever put your nursing license on the line for nobody. I don't care what it is, but this is what will happen to you if you do advocate and you say, I'm not doing that. That might cause them harm or something like that. And no, that's not okay. And that's my nursing license. I'm going to put my name on it. This is what happens to you. They harass you and they intimidate you. They beat you down, everything like that. They take everything that you have. But at the end of the day, I'll still have my nursing license though. I'll still have my nursing license. And yeah, I mean, push come to shove, I gotta leave this whole city. I'll still have my nursing license. And guess what? More importantly, I have my dignity, right? And I have my sense of integrity, and stuff like that. And I'm not going to ever bow down to anybody involved with the grain of the bullshits and the wrongdoers. I'm not gonna ever do it. And if I find out that you're doing it, I'm going to expose you because I need to be able to protect other people who cannot protect themselves from this type of shit. And that's people in the vulnerable populations. I talk about it all the time. All right. And that's really my life goal anyways, is just to help people in vulnerable populations and, try to make them well, try to give them insight, education, tools, and tips, make sure they got the community resources, and even the wherewithal and the knowledge to fight stuff like this either. Yeah, I try to do that. I can't be nobody's attorney, but I can give you the information so you can equip yourself with the tools and tips, and maybe something like this happened to you or somebody you care about. You can tell them, look at this video right here this girl made on YouTube. She was talking about how employers did this and that, and then what the attorneys did and how low down dirty they was, and they just dogged her out. And she was a whole nurse. She never did anything wrong. None of them ever be able to come and say that she did anything wrong at all. Yeah, but be Black and care about others. Pretty much. I guess that's what it boils down to. So the respondent has obviously played both sides of the fence. That's Richard Dialogio. He did. All right. He played both sides of the fence between the charging party and the matter in Spitz. And he's now looking for the court to intervene and interfere with his wrongs, okay, by not fully disclosing the whole truth revolving around this employment matter, right? Employment matters are public policy, public interest absolutely do affect you, right? They affect. You are the taxpayer, you are the voter, you are the citizen, absolutely, okay? And these people are those individuals out there saying that they're upholding the law, the judicial system, and the court, and they're public elected officials and everything like that, and all of this. Yeah. These are your oversights and all these funders and stakeholders and stuff like that are so vested in these places that are really supposed to be doing the right thing for the right reason, and that's what their mission and vision state. And the funders and the stakeholders really and truly in good faith believe that these places are, but see, there are bad apples in every bunch, and these are the bad apples that are being exposed, at least I try to expose, so that change could be made, because you have to eliminate the bad apples that are tainting everything. And again, I said in another video, what employers need to do is go back to the drawing board and look at all of their complaints that are coming in that resulted in EEOC filings or OSHA filings or whatever it might be, and really try to see where does the complication truly lie. Who are these people that are reporting this, and who are the individuals that they're naming as the wrongdoers that ultimately may have resulted in an employer having to pay out a settlement, right? So that's your revenue, that's your business revenue that you've had to pay out because you're vicariously responsible for the actions of the individuals that you're hiring to represent you in your company. So it's not the company ever overall per se, it's the employees, all right? And they're incompetent, they're disorganized, they're really unqualified. Lots of them damn sure shouldn't be any type of leadership role. Damn sure not an executive leadership, all right? Yeah, so I'm not a dummy, I said this before, okay? But yeah, I'm not an attorney, I am MBA prepared. I actually am, and believe it or not, it might not be quite documented yet, but we're on the way. I'm an actual scholar. So I do a lot of research, okay? And everything that I say is always grounded in true evidence-based research. It is in everything that I do, because that's what a scholar does. Because you have to be able to back up everything. Mhm. So and in a sense, that's kind of what they're doing as attorneys when they go in and get the case law stuff. That's their evidence-based research, right? I'm not a lawyer. I don't have that legal expertise. I know that's what they do. I went a couple of years over there at Capital University Law School for legal nurse consultant, life care planning, and they taught us a little bit about that. But I'm not a fucking attorney. I shouldn't have to litigate shit. I shouldn't have to go research a case law and shit like that. Say, hey, look at this opinion in this particular similar case. And I can apply it here, right here in this particular instant. I mean, it's the kind of same. So in court, just like what you see in this opinion over here, same types of shit going on over here. So you need to find in the same manner. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm focusing on nursing. I'm focusing on taking care of people, vulnerable population. All my evidence-based research and shit like that needs to be geared towards that. They're geared toward making people well, promoting health and wellness, reducing risk of complication. Okay, ensuring that individuals are linked with community and supportive linkages and stuff like that to address what all these social determinants and shit that remain unmet. And that social determinants that are unmet is the missing link in why you're going to keep on hearing about fucking healthcare disparities and shit like that. People just not doing well all the fucking time in all these populations, targeted populations and focuses and things like that. To all your epidemiologists and everybody out here always keep talking about your public health departments and all of this and have health disparities. Yeah, well, no person out here that's living, especially the vulnerable population of people, is going to focus on anything outside of social determinants that are unmet first. That's their priority. All right. If housing, transportation, food, access to certain types of things. If I can't pay my rent, I ain't got a roof over my head, I'm about to be kicked out on the street. I don't have a job. I don't, a way of getting money to have a source of income to ensure that my basic needs and shit like that are met. I can't get back and forth to doctor's appointments. I can't do XYZ. I can't read. I can't write. Everybody trying to talk to me. Not considering my health literacy level and all this type of shit. There really ain't no true caseworkers out here really helping link anybody to any real community resources, bunch of bullshit, Google searches, all this type of shit. I ain't worried about if my blood sugar is under control. I ain't worried about none of that shit. If my blood pressure is less than 140/90, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Okay? I don't care about the doctor sitting up here telling me to cut the calories and things like that and take the sugar out, consider plant-based, trying to link me with a nutritionist or a dietitian and help me with a meal plan. I don't give a damn about that. I just got a 3-day eviction fucking notice. I don't care about that. I don't know how to fill out this application. They keep saying I got to fill out for the damn food stamp SNAP benefits because I ain't got no money. I don't have a job. Somebody wrongfully terminated me and I'm trying to get some food. I can't even do that because I don't know how to operate the daggone computer. I don't have that level of computer literacy. And no, I can't go to the library. I can't walk. I got limited mobility and function and things like that. I can't get on the bus. I ain't got 2 cents. I ain't got a $2 for the bus. No, I ain't got a healthcare provider because I can't access the healthcare and things like that. I don't know how to fill out these applications. Oh my God, my eyes are bad. I have macular degeneration. I can't read the words on the documents and stuff like that. I need somebody to help. Oh, there's nobody there to link me with somebody that can come and walk me through things that I can trust. I give my social security number to them, my personal information. They ain't gonna steal it. They ain't gonna disseminate it. And sitting to help me get the shit filled out so I can get the benefits and the help that I need. Ain't nothing but a whole bunch of red tape and constraints and shit out here that's done deliberately to keep a vulnerable person down because they know that you're in a bad place, a situation, but keep the foot on your motherfucking neck 24/7, okay? I know it, honey, okay? I know it. I've been in a vulnerable population, and I'm in one now because these people put me back in one, all right? And this is what it is. I'm a true change agent, okay? And I'm an absolute advocate, and I'm relatable. Why? Because I've been in the shoes of these very people that I'm telling you out here keep getting abused. Okay, and yeah, because I'm in the vulnerable population now. Unless somebody stole my livelihood, I don't have a job, I don't have any money, I don't have shit. I got unmet social determinants. One is housing, got eviction notice and stuff like that. Can't buy no food, can't do nothing. Isn't that fun? Isn't that great? Yeah, and I haven't done nothing wrong. Well, that's what happens, and these are all the people that did it, folks. Okay. But anyway, nobody really cares. I'm just giving you the information for yourself. So or you can go tell somebody else about it. So maybe they can protect themselves. It's not everybody. It's not all court systems. It's not everybody that works at EEOC either. It's these specific people. These are the bad apples, okay? It's these specific people. So I'm about to go get me a coffee. What time is it? I got to do Greenberg speech therapy today. Let me see. What time is it? What is down? Oh, 10. Okay, I got some time. All right. Okay, so I read all that. Let's see. Yeah, read that. Right, okay. So where was I? think I stopped there. And so now it's like Richard Diageo sent email to the charging party, noting Trisha Breedlove, which Smith's law firm, told him if the check for $15,028 was not sent to Smith's law firm, they were, prepared to file a lawsuit on him, his colleague, and the firm that following Monday. All right, he then contacted the charging party via email, noting Smith's law firm did not think they would be able to recover their fees from you. He said that. You know, I got the emails. I mean, it's not hard. And have treated him, threatened. I'm going to say threatened. And have threatened him and his colleague and the firm that remembers PC with lawsuit. Charging party requested Richard Diageo sent all of the money in total directly to the charging party as agreed per illustration of signature by Karen Gasser Esquire on October 18, 2022. Those funds have not been paid and are not in a court registry, trust, bond, or with an innocent party. All right, so EEOC is just plain dumb, stupid to it. Okay, they've been told several times in many different instances to several different people. Sabrina Austin knows, right? We told her. This is actually in the EEOC governmental portal as a charge for the second charge at 473-2022. 473-2023-00771. All right, so I already showed you where Dylan Gockel and Anissa Perez, they have the awareness as well. And this is why also people out here in the universe, I also tell people with the telephone calls, when people are trying to place calls to you and stuff like that, you need to secretly record them, check in your state and see if that is allowed. You need to secretly record them. If it's not allowed, you need to be taking very detailed notes where during the meeting and you're quoting actual things, and you can also say, hey, hang on one moment. Just hang on 1 second. I'm doing something here, taking notes. But nobody can stop you from taking notes. Now, here in Ohio, you can secretly record. Now, they don't want me to put the recordings out here on to the universe, though, do they? They're coming next. So next, what we will be doing, if these people don't get to pay me my money and sanctions aren't put on there, we're going to put everything out. We're going to put everything from the time that I worked at the facility all the way to the date that I was fired. Every single piece of evidence that I have, I'm going to go through it and I'm going to chronicle it and I'm going to put it on video and I'm going to play the recordings. I'm going to do everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's legal to secretly record in Ohio. We're going to just put it all out there. Yeah, because it doesn't matter anymore. Okay. Why not just let the world be the jury and the judge? Because there is no true justice at Franklin County Court of Common Pleas. There isn't. My rights have already been revoked in an alternate case, which was a severe landlord retaliation case at 22CB3620 with Ohio Judge Karen Phipps. She knew that a lower tier court judge, James Green, had to reopen and rehear a case. The court reopened and reheard a particular case based on a memorandum of support that they received attached to a motion to vacate. They reopened it and they set it for hearing, and it was heard actually by Judge James Green, and there's an attorney here. His name's Michael Casone. Just a total bad apple. All right. He was participating in coercion and threat and stuff like that because his client, Christian Palatata, was really submitting like fraudulent claim submissions with false dates, incident dates, and shit like that on his insurance claims to get shit fixed at a place that he knew was uninhabitable. He knew that it was unsafe. He knew there's a lot of pre-existing conditions. Like we literally almost blew up in there, like you just seen. It was blew up in there, improper combustion, Columbia gas had to come and shut the gas line that was leading the water heater, right? Had to shut it off because there's rolling flames on top of the water heater. Yeah, so that causes things to blow up. But luckily, by the grace of God, we actually lived. So, but they didn't want that out. So the city of Columbus actually had all the details about this. Over 29 public records there too, at address 2951 Hubbard Place, Reynoldsburg, Ohio, 43068. The owner of that place, name is Krishna Quadatata, and his property management, all county Neo portfolio property management. Yeah, so there's over 29 public records out there, all these different complaints and stuff like that, and actually outcries for help. So, like I said, put everything on the public record, and I did that for you. So I've been doing it over the years as far as putting in different types of complaints and bringing awareness. Sometimes I do it anonymously, sometimes I go ahead and alert on who I am, but I've never stopped advocating. I advocate all the time, and I've been doing it in many arenas for a very, very long time. So there's public record databases that actually do exist that I have actually created, believe it or not. So people don't see my vision. They don't know, they don't see what I'm doing. But if you wrong me in any type of way, I'm going to let it be known, and I'm going to put it on public record, and it's going to create a database for others to be able to access free of what you're doing. They can just put your name in there if you're if you're operating out here as an individual that's wrongdoing. If you're operating as an LLC, we'll put you in the registries and things like that that are public record as well. I'm gonna go on your website. Yes, I am. I'm gonna go to BBB, Better Business Bureau. Yes, I am. I'm gonna Yelp. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna get on Tumblr. I'm gonna get on Twitter. I'm gonna get on YouTube. I'm gonna get on TikTok. I'm gonna post you to Reddit. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna create a blog. I'm gonna get on WordPress. All the free shit because I can't afford that because I got no job no more, right? I'm gonna get on Blogger. I'm gonna get on Anchor and make a podcast. I'm gonna let it be known because it doesn't matter in each and every arena, whatever social media outlet or however somebody feels like they need to access the information. All different populations of people. I ain't targeting not one. I'm not targeting the population. It's for everybody. I've created several databases for you. You got to do what you need to do for yourself and seek the information. You got a damn piece of shit employer out there that have wronged you, discriminated, retaliated, or did whatever. And they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. Put the shit out there on public record. Turn them in here in Ohio. Turn them into the Ohio Attorney General. It doesn't matter if Ohio Attorney General can't do anything about it. They might try to intervene and resolve it for you. Sometimes they just don't have a jurisdiction. They'll tell you it's a legal matter. It's okay. You created the public record, though. Yes, you did. And when y'all go back and forth with the Attorney General, it's on the public record. Somebody could just go ahead and request the damn public records, and the public can make their own decision about who they think was right and who they think was wrong. The information's out there, right? Bam, boom. Do it with your employer. I got some employers in there for you. Go look them up. If you about to get a job, request public records from the Ohio Attorney General. Governor DeWine's contact us type of deal. Congress, because these are your constituent advocate places, right? So the governor, you can go and type in Governor DeWine, contact us form. You can fill all this stuff out about all these state of Ohio agencies if you have issue with. Yeah, all that's public record. I do that all the time. I speak on behalf of not only myself, but even the community who keeps outreaching me and letting me know what's going on. And then I go and I let everybody out there know the Senate. So Senator Sherrod Brown, they got a request assistance form. Go and fill that out. The public record, just ask for the public damn record. Damn right. Damn right. Okay. I just helped a young lady not too long ago. Social Security dragging their damn feet on her getting her benefits for what she needs for her child and shit like that. But all of a sudden, when you put your request for information assistance in with the Senator Sherrod Brown, hey, they get a constituent advocate on it. Okay, I really like Sherrod Brown's office. I really like the Ohio Department of what do you call Attorney General's office, the governor's office, all those contact forms, all those offices, they do what they're supposed to do. They really do send out the inquiries and they try to get the information, and it really does like a fuel under the asses of the people. Okay, so CVS, Aetna, Richard DeAndre, all this is this shit here. It's on record with the public too. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and Attorney General ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. Governor's office ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. Senator can't do nothing about it. But you can bring the awareness. I'm going to put EEOC on the case with the senator's office as well. We already put EEOC on task with the Congress office with Joyce Beatty or Larry Seward. I told you in another video, sent the inquiry over there, and then Jamie Williamson, she half-assed gave the answer and shit like that back over there, and then there's really nothing done. Basically, Larry Seward was just like, I mean, this is a legal matter, so they just really want to get all up in your business and find out what's going on, and act like they're going to do something, because if it's on public record, they have to show that they attempted to do something, but they don't do shit. They don't make nobody do a damn thing. Okay, but in this particular case, 532-2022-02705, Congress should know that it's a lot of underhanded bullshit going on with your EOC agency. That's their oversight, right? And they have to send all this information up to the up to Congress. So there you go. So also just another database for you in case you're interested. If you live in Columbus, Ohio, slumlords and landlords are different people. Don't ever get that confused. We're not talking about landlords. I have a damn good landlord now. I've created a slumlord database for you. Been doing it over the years, in fact. So that's what you can call it. And you're welcome. You're welcome anytime. Anytime. You're welcome. Just give me a call at 614-777-9311. And I'm not more stay in that time, bitch. Call me anytime on my home phone. My number ain't changed. Okay. And I'll cuss your ass out. Okay. How about that? Wrongdoer. Your time is up. You can go ahead and give me a call if you want. I gave you my number, 614. Tell you again. Let me tell you one more time. 777-9311. Okay. All right. And you can ring-a-ling-a-ding or ring-ding-ding. Okay. You can ring my bell. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. You can ring it. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. You can ring it. You can ring it. Ain't these people stupid and dumb? Who gives a fuck? This is what you do, baby. You just keep advocating. But see, ain't nobody gonna do this shit. I'm the only one out here. I keep getting fucked over and beat down and all that shit. But this is true advocacy to make change. Yeah, that's what happens. People go and they go. That's what you do. It's the only way shit's gonna change. I've made a lot of changes, in fact, actually behind the scenes in a lot of different arenas, a lot of different shit. Because that's what I do. I stay behind the scenes most often. I don't have to come out and broadcast and tell nobody shit that I've done, right? I don't have to do that. It's not what it's about. But I have made a lot of change, a lot of different jobs and all kinds of shit. And every time I work on these jobs, they get mad when a motherfucker put them on task on the wrongdoings and the shit that they're doing. There's a whole fucking Ohio Court claims case against Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections CRC's ass. All right, and violating fucking overtime. All right, FSLA, right? LPNRN brought that charge, right? But all before that, and then it's a whole lawyer. Here's another bad apple. Greg Mansell's ass and Mansell Law stole the information. I called on the EEOC shit because the motherfucker at the Department of Rehab and Corrections CRC is harassing and intimidating, retaliating because I got all these grievances from August of 2010 to January of 2016. That's all anybody that ever investigates, even Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections CRC, pull all the grievances for during that that time. You'll get a lot of information of wrongdoings and shit like that. That's a lot of bad shit that goes on. But that's what they sweep up under the rug. They get rid of people who say, hey, you need to stop this. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. So they got rid of me with some retaliation and type shit like that. Even SEIU 1199, Ohio did not arbitrate the wrongful termination. It was actually wrongful termination. Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections CRC's very own human resource person, Patricia Hertenstein, actually testified in a hearing with the Department of Job and Family Services hearing person. And she basically said, yeah, because I sit out here for my life. They try to say it was job abandonment. That's not what it was. It's a whole they said the police to my house and everything. I mean, they said the police talking about a well check. It's like the intimidation, all that type of stuff is very deep. Retaliation is very, very deep enough for people that actually stand up for what's right. And when I stand up for what's right for me, I stand up for what's right for all, basically. It's true. And then so, I mean, you go pull all them fucking grievances. I still have them. I have them in a zip file, disseminated to 100 million other motherfuckers out in the universe. Because you never know what people do. They'll send somebody to kill you and shit like that. I mean, you never know. Or some dumbass shit, right? So everybody got copies of everything. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, but SEIU 1199, they did not Arbitrate. And at very minimum, what they were to do under the contract, but they were still taking my union dues though, right? So that's theft too, right? They were still taking my union dues out of my paychecks, weren't they? Yeah, but they didn't represent. That's what they're there for. And there was a contract in place, right? Everybody knows the state of Ohio has a collective bargaining agreement. So I was under 1199 SEIU. So Ohio did not arbitrate. At very minimum, what they should have done was got me a job back with the state of Ohio doing something as a nurse in a role that I actually qualified for. So, but they never did. I should not even be without that job. Like this here should never happen with CVS because I should never lost my state of Ohio job. No, you didn't have to put me back in Ohio Department of Rehab and Correction, CRC, because I said I feared for my life. And Patty Hartenstein stood up for that, and she told the actual truth. She's a true woman of integrity. She told the truth to the hearing officer with unemployment, and that's how I was able to get my unemployment. Because at first they denied it. They said, "Oh no, you did that," you know. But in the hearing, she told the truth, and I was able to get my unemployment. They back paid me and all that. When unemployment gives you your money and shit like that, you're wrongfully terminated. Okay, if you've been fired from an at-will place by no fault of your own, and you've said things like, "I fear for my life. I've been discriminated against. I retaliated against. There's harassment. There's intimidation. You know, it's because of my race. It's because of I spoke up. It's because of this. It's because of my disability. It's because of accommodations I needed and this and that. All that type of shit." And you filed EEOCs and you did all this. And you participated in protective activities and did all this, that, and the other. And they fire you anyways. Then you're not supposed to be able to do that, but they do it. And then they try to cover it up by paying out settlements and shit like that. Now, I never got a settlement for Ohio Department of Rehab and Correction, CRC, nothing like that. You know, but I should have never lost my job. 1199 SEIU. They kept stealing my money, but they never got me state of Ohio job. You're not supposed to be able to fire a state of Ohio employee without cause. Seriously. Yeah, you can't just lose a state of Ohio job, but when they want you to lose it, you're going to lose it. That was severe retaliation as well. I lost that job. There was no reason to lose it. Yep, I worked for Ohio Department of Rehab and Correction, CRC. SEIU 1199, Ohio did not arbitrate, even though a grievance was on file. Their very own human resource person, Patty Hartenstein, she pretty much confirmed, you know, hey, yeah, we knew about this and da da da. I never got a job back with the state. But this is all true, it's all accurate, it's what happens. All right, so that's why too I say I know what my true purpose in life is. It's really to serve, it's really to give, it's really to help others. But in order for me to be able to do that and do that at the optimal level and in a very effective and efficient manner, I literally have to go through a lot of shit in my very own life, the struggles and obstacles for real, for real. Like I've been homeless, everything. I have to go through it. I have to walk in the shoes so that when I did go out here to serve people and stuff like that, I'm real coming from a real place. And people already know I'm coming from a real place. They know me out here in the community and stuff. That's why they talk to me. That's why they tell me everything. That's why they get in my emails on everything that I have. They come and tell me everything's going on. They say, "Please, can you help me? You find anything about this? Can you do this? Can you do that?" Always. And it's okay, guys. What God put me here for, I know what my purpose is. I had an aha moment a long time ago, years and years ago. And it's just more and more and more coming to fruition that I see truly what it is. But I said, "Damn, Lord, I didn't know I had to go through all this," you know. But it is what it is, and hopefully change will come. And then hopefully I live to see the change one day, and maybe one day somebody will say, you know, this is in place now because this person was truly advocating through her own experiences of being harmed severely and being a victim of different things. She was really trying to advocate for everybody else. Yeah, you say that's why you're able to do X, Y, Z. That's why people can't get away with X, Y, Z. And then hopefully people out here that ever watch this video or any of my videos and stuff, they on these types of issues, they'll follow suit. And if you've been harmed and you're fighting certain things, if you get awareness of a good tip or a way that somebody can put in their toolbox on how they can also advocate for themselves and stuff like that, please do continue to make videos and tell it. Make sure you add to public record and things like that of wrongdoers. Utilize the public record as a way for you to build a database for others. All right, now the others, you are the others. You need to take your own self-responsibility and knowing that it's up to you as well to do adequate research on your own so that you're not taken advantage of. All right. Yeah. So anybody that's ever crossed my path, I don't care who it is, or whether you're wrongdoer, if you scam me, if you did whatever, if you're a business entity, an individual, it doesn't matter. You're on every public platform that it exists. And anyone with any authority over you has the awareness of what you did too. Where the complication lies is those the authority, they don't really intervene to do shit most often. But there are sometimes that you get results. Like I said, Senator Sherrod Brown, his office is very, very good, especially in dealing with the Social Security Administration, your local Social Security Administration, relative to issues that you might have of calling them and caseworkers not answering the phone nor returning your calls. You keep getting all these letters and things like that. But then when you try to outreach to do your part, nobody's doing anything, nobody, and everybody. So just go into the office, that's not always an option for everybody. Some people actually have physical and debilitating conditions that don't allow them to do that. Some people actually don't have a dime or a dollar or $2 or however much it costs to get on public transit. Some people really do not have a practitioner or someone like a PCP or anybody at the forefront of their care if they have a mobility or a functional limitation that could set them up or has put in the appropriate paperwork to address their need on that social determinant of transportation to put in an application for like a paratransit type of a deal to assist a person. Okay, some people don't know how to pick up the phone and dial a phone number and get on and talk to somebody about scheduling for transportation for health insurance to pick them up. Some people don't have health insurance. Some people actually can't even see, all right, because of macular degeneration, like I said. Some people are out there just wishing somebody would come by and run the fucking vacuum over their floor because they damn near blind and they can't even stand the little tiny crumbs under their feet, but they don't have anybody. There's some people out there like this person I'm just telling you about that said, hey, they can't see. We link them to a vision place that's supposed to help them. They're going to send somebody out to help them get some resources. But guess what? The very entity that's in place to help them is sending mail to the person's house in very, very tight, small, typewritten bullshit font print. They can't see. Damn it. And you're sending the mail over there with little tiny itty bitty print. They can't fucking see the shit. That's the shit that goes on, okay? The shit that pisses me off. All right. And this particular person had a daughter that only came over once a week that would read the mail for her. So she calling me, wondering why these people ain't called her about, helping her with the vision thing. She trying to have somebody help her so she could take a big magnifying glass and look at her recipes because she just loves to cook so much. She just wants somebody to come over and help her cook something that she wrote a recipe on that she can read it from. God, dog, these people so stupid. They make me sick. My patients are suffering because of these idiots, but it's okay. Help is on the way. She said, this patient, she said, they're not sending me the information. I ain't got it yet. But people out here, she had it all along because the people that's in place, the agency, and this is in Ohio, that was sending out the document for her to make sure she filled out. The document itself had the big print and the highlights and the big X's and all that, but the envelope that they used had a very small Arial font 10 typing on it. She can't see it, and she isn't even responsible for opening up her own mail. Her daughter comes by once a week, goes through her mail. So that's why she didn't get it. That's why she didn't respond. But see, people don't ever think past anything. You don't know what people are going through. You don't fucking know, damn it. I know. They tell me. And you know how I know? Because I ask questions and I do assessments. And I try to figure out, get to the bottom of what the real issue is. Okay? Yeah. All right. Lots of people out here don't have nobody. Stop thinking everybody's got a friend. Stop thinking everybody's got a family fucking member. They've done it. They might. Family might be a piece of shit. Backstabbing, hating motherfucker. Okay, so we don't deal with you. We cut your toxic ass off, energy vampire narcissist. We ain't got time for the bullshit, soaking up our energy. All right, done. Off with your head. Get on up out of here. I don't need you in my life. You got to be causing harms and shit like that. I'm good. Some people don't have a church. Everybody doesn't go to church. Just stop the bullshit. All right. Everybody don't have a church. You don't have a friend. You don't have a family member. Anybody from church? Anybody? And nobody can help you. No. Some people don't have nobody. There's people right now sitting in their house right now, fucking suffer. Somebody's probably laying on the damn floor right now and try to get up, get to their rollator and go to the damn kitchen, fell out there on the fucking floor right now. They ain't got nobody to call. They don't have nobody, no case manager or cameraman to link them with a damn medical alert, nothing like that they can push. They can't get to the fucking phone and shit like that. They're on the floor, their legs broke. Or falling, I can't get up. Okay? Yeah, nobody coming by checking on them or nothing like that. You motherfuckers is making me sick. Shit. I know what the problem is, but I got the damn solution. Nobody want to give me no money, I guess. I don't know. Who got the capital? Okay, who got the capital? You give me the capital. I'll show you what you're supposed to do to address these unmet social damn determinants. These people are so stupid. You have to do assessments. You have to talk to people, find out what the hell's going on with them in their life. And it can't be scripted. It can't be sound like a fucking dumb little robot. Bothering people with their time with your fake ass scripts and shit like that. You have to be real. I'm telling you right now, you have to be real. Motherfucker, you're not real. Anyways, I'm tired of talking about this dumb shit. CVS, Aetna Resources, LLC are thieves. And so is Richard Diageo and whatever his name is, Alice Front Door. Fucking bad apple attorney thieving asshole. There's a lot of bad apple attorneys in Ohio. I told you about the dude, Greg Manson, too. Manson Law stole my information. So I had to call him one time about how department we have in corrections, CRC, and just, about the retaliation and stuff like that. I had already filed an EEOC on them. I was participating in protected activity. It was all this stuff should be retaliated against. Another severe case. On his intake, he asked you questions. So he was asking about overtime. Do they charge overtime? Are they in violation of overtime and all that? So he basically said, yeah. I told him yes, because it was true. Like we had to come in and work like before our schedules and stuff like that, because you have to do a count of the needles and do all this type of shit. Honey, he took that information and he created him a whole fucking case, a whole class action fucking case with RNs and LPNs on it. And he did that and he spun that and drew all his friends in, Foreman and Marshall and everybody else in to get them some money out the situation by bringing a class action. And they got LPNs back. If I had my girlfriend come on board, her name is Sarah Brantel. She's an LPN. She came on board as an LPN. This lady named Carrie Dyer with Master Law had outreached me and asking, is there anybody that would be willing to come on the class action? And really there isn't, because there isn't anybody that, everybody knows that people retaliate. So they didn't want to get involved in that type of shit, but Sarah didn't care. So Sarah did. And they put the class action in or whatever. They ended up getting the LPNs back a lot of money. But they didn't get the RNs back anything because they didn't argue the collective bargaining agreement that's in place. And that particular contract in place, it clearly outlines that your RNs are not salary and that your RNs actually are not FSLA exempt. So it was a deliberate way of going about ensuring that registered nurses didn't get paid for the overtime violation that Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections, CRC, actually did commit against them. So RNs didn't get any money, but they actually were working overtime and they didn't get paid. So the U.S. Department of Labor, I don't know if they had the awareness of that, but that really did happen in real life. And it was a whole SEIU 1199 employment contract, collective bargaining unit contract in place. Yeah, and that outlined that. But RNs didn't get anything. So Greg Mansell and Carrie Dyer and Marshall and Foreman and whoever else they brought in on that particular case all got paid out of that, whatever their fees were and all this type of stuff. But they never, ever did address, again, the initial reason why I called Greg Mansell Law, and that was about the retaliatory things that was going through, discrimination, all those grievances that I filed from August of 2010 all the way to January of 2016, including the wrongful termination and everything. So Greg Mansell, Marshall Foreman, Carrie Dyer, I was retaliated against too because of this lawsuit, right? Because my name is on the lawsuit as pro se. I'm not pro se. I was a pro se. They were supposed to be representing the RNs. I was just representing the RNs in a class action. But yeah, so my name is on that. A lot of good changes did come out of that though. I mean, they did get a time clock when you first was there on the scene and, all those types of things. But yeah, it's a lot of wrongdoings. I've been through a lot. So yeah, Carrie Dyer basically sent me an email, said they will not help me once I was terminated. They said, yeah, we don't give a fuck about that. Thank you for helping us get us some money though. With our intake question, Greg Vance was asking about what's going on at the job, that you needed help with discrimination, retaliation, participating in protected activities, and already filed EEOC and all this type of stuff on how we have in correction CRC. Yeah, we don't care nothing about that. Yeah, we knew you was gonna be retaliated against. We don't care, but we kept telling you all along, if they retaliate so severely where you lose your job, you give us a call, let us know. We'll make sure that we take care of it. No, they didn't. They just said, here, go a link, we'll find you another attorney. Yeah, so if they want you out, you'll be out. That's all true as well. Yeah, and Greg Mansell can't come over and say anything about it. He asked me the question about overtime on his intake. On a reason why I called him was about the retaliation, discrimination, and all of that was occurring at Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections CRC. That intake question, he then took and ran with it, and him and his buddies, law buddies, they made money off of it and everything like that. I got fired wrongfully. Nobody stood up for me, not SEIU, 1199 union. But they kept on taking my money out there. Not Greg Mansell, not Mansell, not Carrie Dyer, who works for Mansell, not Marshall Foreman, not anybody that's listed on that. Oh, let's see if we can show you. Let's see if we can just show you real quick. Let's see. Let's stop the share for 1 second. We're back. This is it. This was a class action, right? So as you can see, it says April Clark, plaintiff. I'm the RN. This is my friend Sarah. She's the LPN. Right, April Clark RN. This is Sarah Brentel. That's my friend. She's the LPN. Here's the case number. In the 10th in the Court of Appeals of Ohio, 10th Appellate District. There you go. All right. They fired me in January of 2016, shortly after this, right? All right, so state of Ohio, Department of Rehab and Corrections, CRC's location. Wrongful termination actually occurred. I did get unemployment. They denied it initially. I had to put in for a hearing. And there was a third party. There was a lady that worked for Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections. She presented, the hearing officer, he wanted to know where the labor relations guy, Steve Thornton was. He wasn't there. He wanted to know where the manager of HR was. Her name was Twitty something. She wasn't there. So this individual, Patty Hertenstein, she was an HR representative. I absolutely really do like Patty a lot. I really like her a lot. I liked her anyways. She really wasn't trying to get involved in the bullshit. She just trying to stay neutral. But she told the truth at that meeting. And that's how I was able to get paid unemployment. But SCI 1199, they never did arbitrate. They knew it was wrongful, right? So anybody gonna do anything about that? Hello? Is anybody gonna do anything about that? Yeah, so that was another instance of me being wronged in that harms, right? So basically, with this, these are all the people that were on it. Marshall and Morrow, LLC, Edward R. Foreman, Samuel M. Shineland, John Marshall, Edward Foreman. Yeah, these are the people for the state. Mike DeWine, Randall Luddy, whatever. These are the people. Okay, you can see it. Okay. This was the appeal from the Court of Claims of Ohio. Right. So I never put any of this in. This is just what they're saying. This is me. I never appealed it myself. Like I never typed anything or did anything. But they did. They represented me or whatever. But I was fired January 2016, post all of this. Yeah, but nobody wanted to really say it was retaliation. In addition to all the grievances that I filed with the Ohio Department of Rehab and Correction, CRC, from 2010 to 2016, right? Remember when I told you the deputy warden in 2016 up there, she actually stole a grandfather clock from her prior job where somebody in the community donated it to the facility, but she ensured it made it into her house. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is all true. Why people want to hide the truth, I don't know. All right. So basically, this is it. Okay. This is what they violated, the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, FLSA 29 USC 201, right? Okay. They did. All right. All right. This is absolutely true. Clark asserts that ODRC work rules impose that transitional time to allow incoming nurses to consult with departing nurses on previous shift, jointly count medication and needles, and otherwise ensure continuity of care of patients, right? It's true. All right. They do all of this. All right. Basically, it was an appeals court, right? So where's the opinion? Let's see what the opinion says. All right. So let's just say here. Basically, it's just saying, hey, everybody knows that the FLSA requires employers to pay overtime compensation for work performed in excess of 40 hours per week under this, right? Under this US C-section, right? They're quoting what's the name of here? Case law, right? And they're trying to tell you that because of whatever opinion in this case law, how you can apply this case law opinion to the instant, all right? So I was an employee bringing the FSLA overtime claim, and so was my friend Sarah, and all of this type of stuff. All right, where the problem came in, they said that these people right here, they didn't argue the collective bargaining unit agreement. All right, well, that must be deliberate because everybody and their mother knows a collective bargaining unit agreement exists with the state of Ohio, right? We all know that there's a contract in place. Okay, and that contract absolutely does state that RNs are not salaried. Okay, they're not salaried. They're not FSLA exempt. Sorry for the on your eyes. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Here we go. Because Clark did not plead or argue a violation of the CBA, we are unable to review the Court of Claims decision on this matter through that lens. Accordingly, I concur with this decision of the majority. Okay, it's not that I did not argue the violation of collective bargaining agreement. It's that those attorneys didn't argue that. Okay, and they never went any further with it. But in fact, overtime and compensatory time type of violations or whatever that fall up under the FSLA actually were violated by the Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections, CRC, with regard to RNs. Yeah, and it wasn't me that I did not argue this. Those attorneys, and they did that on purpose because they know it's a collective bargaining unit agreement. So why wouldn't you argue that? Okay, I was actually fired, and SEIU 1199 didn't do shit about it. This is the type of shit that they do. They lie and they play in the court. And they write shit up like this. Okay. Says Section 2402 of the CBA, rate of overtime pay, provides that employees shall receive compensatory time or overtime pay for authorized work performed in excess of 40 hours. Okay, that's a collective bargaining unit agreement. Now, why wouldn't all those attorneys argue the collective bargaining agreement? I'm not no attorney. I didn't argue this. They did it on purpose. Okay, so just know the state of Ohio Rehabilitation and Correction, CRC, really did violate FSLA 29 USC 201. Yes, they did. Labor Standards Act of 1938. Yes, they did. They did that. And those attorneys did not argue the collective bargaining unit agreement. And that's why you didn't get paid, registered nurses. All right. Do you understand? Registered nurses, that's why you did not get paid. So it's not that another nurse, another registered nurse isn't out here trying to advocate for you behind the scenes, nurses. I've been advocating for a very long time for everybody. So just know, RNs, you did not get paid. I brought this bag on the attention of the overtime by telling Greg Mansell about it. All right, and he took it and he ran with it. He filed the case. He did get Sarah Brantel, the LPN, and their money back. Yeah, you taxpayers, you paid all the LPNs back for what Department of Rehab and correction, CRC did. They violated the overtime. Now, their contract is different. LPN's contract is not 1199 on collective bargaining unit. Theirs is ASME. Yeah, but anyhow, RNs did get paid. Wasn't that I wasn't trying to carry the burden, wasn't that I wasn't trying to, whatever, shed the light on another damn wrongdoing. At the same time, my main concern was I outreached Greg Mansell to fight against the fact that I was being retaliated against. It was harassment, intimidation. It's all that same type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And this is what happened. All right. So just want to let you know out there, nurses, you do have an advocate. I'm advocating, and I always do. I usually just stay behind the scenes and do things. I do a lot of advocacy, and a lot of things I actually do report anonymously as well. But this last little go around, I said I'm not letting anybody else slide on the bullshit. So I'm not letting nobody else slide anymore. And believe it or not, the All Disciplinary Council also has the awareness of Greg Mansell and all of this as well with regard to him and what happened. They don't feel like he abandoned me as a what's the name? A client, because he wasn't taking on the case of like wrongful termination. Well, of course not. But they don't know that I contacted him because I already knew my job was at risk. I already knew they were getting ready to fire me. They were retaliating. Yeah, so so it is what it is. I don't lie. I don't have to. All right, I was fired January. January of 2016 from there wrongfully. Yeah. Now there was another case. This is an appeal, so there's another case, the Court of Claims case, which is here. This is the appeal from the Court of Claims 2014-00584. Okay, so the Court of Claims case was filed in 2014. So nobody knew about my friend Sarah Brantel. Carrie Dyer gave me a call and asked if I know anybody that would get on board. And my other friend, she's an LPN, she was like, no, she half scared there's gonna retaliate or something. But Sarah was down with it. We all went down to this place downtown. Sarah, her husband, me, and my daughter, and met with all the attorneys and signed all the paperwork and did all that type of stuff. And they said that they have to let this be known in the paper and all this. And if any retaliation occurred, to let them know. And I had also outreached Foreman, Edward Foreman and Marshall as well. And basically, as I was continuing to work at the place and I was going through retaliation still, this case was pending, and I had an EEOC in. All of this stuff, the EEOC was acting like they was investigating it, but they never investigated anything. I had people telling me, like witnesses, nurse practitioners and stuff like that, telling me they had never received a call from EEOC about anything. They weren't really doing anything. There was a Cleveland field office in that case as well. And they ended up sending a right to sue, but it's all good. I don't have no time for it. But this time I wasn't gonna let another employer slide on my bullshit. Oh no, and I'm not letting nobody else slide and shit ever again in life. Never. Your time is up. Period. So I'm just going back and showing you a snippet of the real deal shit that I really do go through, and that when I say I'm an advocate, I'm a true advocate. I've been advocating for a very, very long time. In all different types of arenas, whether it's landlord tenant, which is housing, employee, which is employment, all of that. It could be in retail. It could be, as far as consumer affairs and customer service type of deals and all this type of shit go as well. I'm not gonna allow myself to be taken advantage of, my rights to be revoked, none of that shit. And I'm not gonna allow nobody else out here that I have awareness of for anybody out here to do the shit to them as well. All right, so that's true advocacy. That's what I do. I'm trying to do my own shit to serve the community now. I don't have the capital yet, but God willing, it will come to fruition. I've been having a vision and a mission for a very, very, very long time. And God willing, it's gonna happen. I don't sit out here and do deliberate harms and stuff to people. So, I have nothing less than the expectation that continued blessings are going to come my way, of course. So anyhow, I got off into talking about other things while just sharing with you what was actually the real deal. Yeah, the real deal. Sabrina did. Yeah, I mean, how do I get back to the thing? Oh no, anyhow. Um, so all this is all documented. So basically, there's theft in progress right now, felony theft. Yeah, it's fraud on the court in progress right now. In Columbus, Ohio, Franklin County Court of Common Pleas 22CB007866, CBS Health, Aetna Resources LLC, Alex Frondorf, Richard Diageo, have participated in a wrongful act, which equates to a crime, is theft of property. Yeah. And I've been victimized, I've been harmed severely, and that continues to date. And if anybody like to come and say something about it, they're more than welcome to. Spitz Law Firm, they'll never be able to illustrate, demonstrate any actual work. None of what they have in terms of documents a production of their own or anything that they put forth any type of effort whatsoever to gain. They did no deposition, they did no evidentiary or investigative work. They filed no claims and no charges. They never spoke to anybody and represented me as my voice in terms of answering any type of questions from an investigator, sending any paperwork out, interviewing any type of witnesses, asking the employer for any personnel files, any pay stubs, any history, any performance reviews, or anything whatsoever. They never got an employer statement from the employer. I did, actually through OSHA. I got that, and they never scanned all these documents. They never created exhibit sheets. They never did anything other than they said they sent a demand for settlement letter over to Littner Mendelson or wherever the fuck they sent it. I don't know. But they never got back and said what was said. They never gave opportunity to rebut and refute or communicate what was going on and to do actual negotiations. This is why they were fired on September the 25th, 2022. They did not represent me in the federal case, the Ohio civil rights charges. There were two. The EEOC charge, we uploaded them as representation later. The EEOC mediation hearing had already been scheduled prior to Spitz even being hired. The federal case had already been filed prior to Spitz even being hired. And in fact, Nick Kerr asked, why did you file it in federal case instead of Columbus? Because we have better luck in the Columbus court. That's what he said. Well, if I file it in federal, I mean, the things that revolve around equal employment and shit like that actually stem from federal law, right? So really, this whole case 22CB on 007866 really should be at the federal level, really, so that the federal lawmakers and stuff like that can really see what's truly going on, and we make sure that this doesn't get swept under the rug and it doesn't get hidden. Yeah. So, well, we turned all this into the FBI. They have the awareness. We turned it into even the Federal Trade Commission. We turned it into GAO. Anybody that cares about waste and fraud and all that type of stuff, and taxpayers and public interest and public policy, we turned them in to everybody. We turned them into Ohio Attorney General, we turned them into Joyce Beatty's office, we told you. We're turning them into you now, public. All right, we're done talking about the shit. Okay, these are thieves. Every single day, though, we do give an update on Twitter. We let you know that there's still robbers out here on the loose, and suspects have not been captured. We don't see their pictures anywhere plastered all over the news or anything like that, and we want them arrested. We want them in jail. Okay, they already got the oranges ready for them. Yeah, yes, they do. And they can all figure out how they're going to iron up their grilled cheese and tie their little t-shirts like halter tops tied around their head like a bird. What's it called? Toboggan and shit like that. Yeah, they can start trying to figure out, what types of bags of Grippos they want, and noodles, because you got to get your noodles. It's the staple to everything. Maybe some hot sausages and pickle and some cheese. That's when we make your cheese sauce out there. They start learning how to steal different devices and rip out wires and shit like that, and somehow make you some electricity. Yeah, figure out another way to how you're gonna get needles, because they're on to you now, going up to the med bay for the diabetic line, you try to get the diabetic line, steal the lances. They own to you now. They steal the lances and go back down there and make them a whole gun out of a damn CD player motor and things like that, and make them a gun, put the needle on the ink, and some white rain shampoo, honey, burn them a little piece of cardboard real quick, scrape that soot in the day, shake it up, ink. Yeah. So maybe all these wrongdoers, they'll come out and they're gonna have a lot of time on their hands. So maybe they could write a book or something like that. Tell us about how to make tattoo ink out of white rain shampoo and soot from a burned cardboard. That's an idea for. I'll give them a couple ideas. How to grill cheese with an iron. There you go. There you go. There you go. A couple tips. How to take a toothbrush, shave the end down, make a shank. Okay. Okay. There you go. How to go down the chow hall, sneak in the back, get a can. You know how they had opened the can? Get a can opener, take the top off and let it be all jagged, carry that around. Somebody walk up on you, slit their throat, and boom, girl, start learning how to defend yourself. You're on your way to jail, people. You're on your way, not jail, prison. It's felony theft. But prison. Yeah. All right. We don't want you to get off scot-free and get sent to federal prison either, you know? No, that's a cakewalk. Federal prison, you can do anything in federal prison that you can do out here in society. No, you be watching movies, candy, popcorn, chicken wings and fish and pizza and happy birthday parties. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And shit like that at federal prison, you can be on a golf course, it don't matter. But we want you at the state of Ohio prison. Richard, we want you at the New Jersey prison. Newark, New Jersey prison. Yeah, that's where you belong. Isn't that what y'all normally do? And y'all lawyers and shit like that? So, ain't that what y'all do? Y'all go get the suspects and arrest them and charge them and put them in the clink, advocate for their sentencing. I want them to be in there. They stole $15,000 from somebody. Put them in the clink. Damn right. Stole all this damn money and shit like that. So you need to go to jail, just like anybody else would. I mean, it's simple. It's fair. That would be the fair thing to do. It is what it is. You got to lose your livelihood and shit like that. You need to be disbarred. Maybe you need to have an opportunity to see what it's like to go to a damn food pantry, to see what it's like to have to get online and apply for some fucking food stamps or some shit like that, to see what it's like to not have shit, okay? To damn near be put out on the street and stuff like that. Maybe some people need to know what it feels like, stop doing wrongs and stuff like that. Walk in the shoes of another individual. How about you walk in the shoes of the very individual that you harmed, that you victimized? Yeah, that would be a great idea. All right, so, all right, we're gonna upload these videos and yeah, we don't have a lot of viewers and stuff like that, but that's okay. If you're led to watch the video, thank you very much. I genuinely appreciate it. The objective right now is just primarily for bringing the awareness of what's really going on, and everything is absolutely true and accurate and can be validated and proven. You'll never have anyone come on here and refute or rebut anything that I say. But if you don't see the video it's because someone tried to outreach YouTube and get it taken down or something like that, trying to act like it's slander or libel or defamation, but it's actually not. Everything is true and everything is accurate. And I have all the receipts for every fucking thing. And really most of the receipts are actually in the very own words of the very people that are committing the unethical and illegal acts. Okay, so these people, what happens is they end up telling on themselves. But then when they get caught, they go ahead and take the risk. It's all fine when you're taking the risk and shit like that, trying to get away with bullshit. But when you get caught, it's always the backtracking and I'm sorry, and I didn't mean it and all this. And you want somebody to have sympathy after. And I just want to issue an apology. And all that shit is just bullshit, man. All right, now look how long I really have been talking about this for a very long time on many platforms. I put letters in with the court. People know what's going on and nothing's happening. So at the end of the day, these Alex Murdaugh that are brewing, when they come out here to you, if it ever gets any true recognition, and they get to wanting to cry and boo-hoo and talk about I'm sorry and all this shit, that's nothing but backtracking. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They sorry they got caught, and all of that. And consequences and severe consequences and sanctions need to really be put in place. So this does not ever, ever happen again to anyone else. You understand me? All right. Please have a great day. I'm about to go get coffee. And I'm thinking about coming on, honestly, and start to do a few educations on a few different things in a lot of different arenas. I don't see very much education or insight into correctional nursing and giving these new students some awareness of what might prove to be beneficial for them. So I might start to just do some how-to videos in a lot of different areas, like how to be successful in a correctional nursing setting. All right. It's always, 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 never, ever, ever put your nursing license on the line. You will be tested. Look at these tests. All these, I'm being tested always. But still, you never. You gotta have your dignity and your sense of integrity. It doesn't matter. I will die before I let somebody have me put my nursing license on the line. You understand me? And I mean it. I mean it. I work damn hard for that. And it means a lot to me. And yeah. So, and this type of shit right here, you know what I always go to? I think, oh my God, what about the employee that, these kind of people probably did this to, that wasn't able to fight it themselves, wasn't able to have a voice? What about people these lawyers who put stuff in the courts that are half truths and spun narratives and things like that, and they make it look good on paper, but nobody really knows how to really come out and tell all the other pertinent details and elements of a situation that occurred that actually might really keep sway a judge's decision another way or sway a jury's decision another way in certain types of cases, and how there's so many people just sitting in jail right now that shouldn't be because these bad, awful people did this. There's probably so many people out there that have been robbed just like I have been, and people masked it as if it was a true interpleader, like they or something. I mean, I don't know. Interpleaders are not supposed to even be all this. This is a whole fucking case of litigation. Interpleaders are quick and fucking simple. Do you see what these bitch ass motherfuckers did? They sat up here and fucking around in the court and wasting time and playing and shit like that. They did it on purpose. Nobody cares. Put this fake shit in the court. And the Bar Association isn't mad about that? You're playing in the court. That's very serious. I'm not a lawyer, and I care about that. Okay? I very well could be a fucking, all right? I can set for the fucking LSAT. I can go sit for it again if I fucking want to. I can put the fucking shit in there now, and I get the LSAT paid for because they put me in the vulnerable population where I don't have no fucking money, so they'll let me take the bitch for free. It's just I don't be studying and stuff like that. You have to study. I'm gonna do it. At one point I did want to be an attorney. But really it's stressful. And I don't know if I could do it, honestly, because I get downright pissed. I get downright pissed because I'd be an attorney for vulnerable populations of people, and I would defend against this shit like this. And I get downright pissed. I'd be in the courtroom, I'd be ready to jump up and knock shit out of motherfucker. Okay, I had my suit, my heels and shit, and I'd be like somebody on the witness stand sitting up here lying and shit like that. I'll jump across the shit. I'm gonna knock the fuck out you. I'm gonna jump across the shit. Okay. Period. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna snatch your gavel out the judge's hand. I'm gonna go upside your head. I'm gonna kick you in your neck and your back. You're gonna stop doing people like this. So I don't know if they want me to be a lawyer or not. Or it wouldn't be safe. See you soon.